Hey, you guys, what's going on? Welcome back. It's your boy NoirLeblunt with another episode. And if you do not know why we are here to discuss this topic of this brother right here. Unfortunately, look, I wasn't even gonna do a video on this, but I said, you know what? Why hold this to myself? Why not just come on and just talk about this situation and be able to have an actual discussion about the irresponsibilities on both part between men and women when it comes to reproduction and who's responsible, who's not responsible, whose fault is it, whose fault isn't it? I don't care. At this point, I think those of us who are not being irresponsible like this don't want any parts of this. So I felt it very necessary to come on, do a quick video, and let's just have an open discussion about it. Let me know down in the comments what you think once you view the footage, and then let's go straight into the topic and see what we got here. Just pay attention. It's a lot. I think I have about 4 clips, so let's just suffer through this together. All right? In case you don't know, one man, several women with 7 different children. Who's responsible? Let's go.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want.
Okay.
And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. You're not gonna force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with.
Pause.
Because you
Pause.
be
Okay, so this is the part. Okay, so first of all, don't think just because I'm pausing on this one part, like this is the only part I disagree with on this, because I disagree with a lot of this. But when it really comes down to the responsibility of who's responsible for carrying this and seeing it all the way through, it is on the woman. I will say that part. Like, I'm not saying that everything he's saying is just total bullshit, because a lot of this is true. I'm only gonna give that one kind of point though. When it comes down to full term, who's responsible for bringing the life into it is definitely the woman on that part. But let's just go ahead and finish before I really started getting into it. Let's go.
One of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body, and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Wait, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a... You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? That's cannot. True. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this shit and be like, black man this, black man that, I don't give a... I really got 7 kids.
Okay.
And 7 babies.
So, as you can see here, it is a lot to unpack as far as this goes. You let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this so far. But unfortunately, this is the mindset that a lot of the Pookies and the Pookishas have right now. So here you have a man basically telling you, look, I'm gonna bust you down. Let me get back on this main camera real quick. I'm gonna bust you down raw. I'm gonna bust you down, no protection. And I don't want you to have a child. Now I'm asking the women in the comments, what you gonna do? You still go lay down with this man, knowing that he not gonna wear a condom and then still get bust up in and then just try to hold them responsible at all? Or are you just going to cut off access to sex and say, no, I'm not doing this. Either put on the condom or I'm not doing this. This is the conflict that I'm having within this conversation, because two things could be right at the same time. Yes, you are irresponsible as a man for not wearing the condom and for busting up in a woman raw. Yes, you are irresponsible as a woman for letting this man bust up in you raw and messing with him raw, not expecting a child to possibly come out of this situation. I don't know where the disconnect is coming from between men and women with this, where y'all thinking, oh, well, he didn't wear a condom. Well, babe, you let him up in you without a condom. Oh, well, I told him wear a condom, but he still went in. You allowed him in you like this. So now we have this disconnect between men and women in this culture that's pissing me off, because those of us who are responsible with our bodies now have to try to make an excuse, and not even try to make an excuse. We try to make it a point to say, this isn't all of us that think like this. All of us ain't on this nigga type shit. I'm just gonna be real. This right here is niggatry. I'm not even gonna hold you on this. See, I told y'all I'm in the middle. I'm in the gray. I see both right and wrong on both sides. I'm not one of those people that be like, oh yeah, I'm such of a man, I'm only gonna agree with the men. No, that's not fair play in your humanity. No, just because I'm a man, it's not gonna mean I'm gonna agree with the women either. I don't know where the hell y'all be at in y'all mind frame where y'all think that this is okay. Creating these households, and this man doesn't have not one, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 whole ass kids with 7 different women. Did you not hear what he said in the beginning? I have 7 baby mamas. This is one irresponsible man making 7 irresponsible women have children. I don't know where we are in this culture with this and why this is still being allowed to go on, but it's still going on. Let me read some of these comments real quick before we go up. What's up, Jace? Like, I don't know where you're at. You say they be somewhere. They be everywhere they want to be. They MasterCard. Basically, just creating soul ties for no reason. That's facts, though. But that's just clip number 1. This isn't even the full clip. So let's just go straight into number 2. Let's just go into it. So let me go ahead and cut that out. Here go number 2.
I honestly just learned what a vasectomy was 3 days ago when I started speaking on this shit. But when I figure out what that is, I'm not doing that shit. Then they asking, why not wear a condom? I have worn protection a lot of time. These are just the instances when I have not. And unfortunately...
Pause. Really quick. Notice he said he's worn condoms a lot of times, but this is the only instance where he didn't. And of course, he got women pregnant. These potential 7 times. Imagine the amount of times that he did not wear a condom where it did not result in a pregnancy. That's my issue I'm having with this. So my issue is, this is just a chance that the soldiers made it to the egg, and bada bing, bada boom, out of those many chances, those 7 women had a child. Imagine the amount of households he would have created had all those soldiers made it to the finish line. Just imagine, it probably would have been way more than 7. These are just the 7 that he knows of, that the women probably were bold enough to say, let me look for the father. Let me try to make this connection. Let me see if he want to be a man, even though he told them, no, I'm not going to be responsible for these kids. So he told you up front. So there's no get you gotcha on, well, maybe I can change him. Maybe he'll change his mind once he see the kid. Y'all going into these mind frames thinking that these men are going to change their mind once they get you pregnant. Once they see a child, something in them is going to spark, and they're going to all of a sudden be in love with the child. We are not the same when it comes to that. Men build bonds with their children on a different level than women do. Women build their bonds with children based from the womb. They carry that, so their bond is dramatically different from when men are. We build bonds over time, and and of course when we first see them too, some of them in us happen too, but not as strong as when the women do. Y'all go automatically have that bond. You have no choice with that. But for us, it's completely different. I'm just gonna say, but let's continue. I hate stopping the thing, but let's just go.
It has resulted into the woman being pregnant. But ask yourself and ask your friends, as a woman, when is the last time that you told a man to put on a condom?
You see the
because
logic?
I have never in my 27 years heard a woman request me to put a condom on. And me being an irresponsible man, knowing that shit feel better raw, if I'm not gonna put a condom on, and if she not gonna ask me, it would not be no condom. And another thing, y'all keep saying, I don't think he's telling these women he's not going to be a father after he have sex and accidentally get them pregnant. Do that shit even matter?
Yes.
Do I have to tell a woman to be responsible for her body? Do I have to tell a woman to wait for a man to commit to her before she have unprotected sex with him? Or do I have to tell a woman wait till marriage
Are you
before
listening
she
to this?
gives a man access to her motherfucking body. It used to be a point in time where women actually value their innocence, actually value their virginity.
I want to pause really quick on this because the gaslighting is killing me, bro. I know I've heard of gaslighting before and I've seen it in women, but I don't really see it as much in men because it's not happening to me. I know probably women can speak more on gaslighting for men than I possibly can because I don't do this form of gaslighting. I have never done this form of gaslighting where you're supposed to be responsible for your body, but what about you being responsible with your body, man? See, I don't like this conversation of it just being one-sided. I don't like it being well, I know what I like, so it shouldn't matter. She should be responsible with this. Although I agree, remember I said two things could be true at the same time from both sides, right? I don't like the fact that you're not doing your part, but you expecting her to do her part. We all got to do our part when it comes to this. It's too many broken homes being created in this damn community, and I'm tired of having to speak up for those of us who are not responsible for this because y'all outdo us for some odd reason. It's 20% of the men impregnating 80% of the women. This one man is responsible for 7 children. How many times have we heard of one person creating 20 or more kids from several different women? So then we begin to question, who's more responsible? Is it the one man? Or is it the many women who have had the responsibility of knowing the track record that he already has children and you're ignoring those red flags and still sleeping with this man raw? Do y'all not believe in STDs? Do y'all not believe in these many things that come with sex? Like somebody said in the comments, soul ties and everything like that. Y'all don't believe in none of that shit. Y'all just be out here just laying down, busting it. Let's finish, because this is only clip number 2, by the way, out of 4. So let's just go ahead and continue.
But we do not live in that day-to-day, do we? Y'all want me to respect a woman's body more than she respected herself.
Do you see?
So I, as a man, can prevent her from getting pregnant. I honestly just learned what a vasectomy was 3 days ago.
It's the fact, I don't even know how old this man is. That's clip number 2. I don't know how old this man is, but at your big ass age, you just learning what the fuck a vasectomy is. You should have learned that right along with your goddamn dick. What is going on with y'all? How are you not sexually versed in these topics when it comes to protection? When you learn about protection, they teach you, well, those who taught me, let me say this, they taught me about the things that I could do. Now, maybe he didn't have male guidance in his life or a teacher that gave a damn, because luckily I grew up in the era where teachers and the community gave a damn about what goes on with your body. So they taught me about condoms at an early age. They taught me about vasectomy at an early age. First of all, I'm with him. I didn't want a vasectomy because I was scared of any knives going down there. So I was like, I just opt for a condom in this sense. I mean, it may not be 100% effective, but at least it's better than nothing. You know, in the instances that whatever, because I'm not going up here and act like the front like I've been wearing one the whole time, but me and my partner went and got tested, and I knew for a fact, like, okay, there's a possibility. It never happened, but at least I knew better, right? And I was willing to step up to the plate because I'm saying, I'm going into this with this, then I know I have a responsibility to that. That's what being a man is, and being responsible, sexually responsible is. That's for both parties. I'm not putting it off on him. I'm not putting it off on her. I'm putting it off on both parties. But we go keep supporting this bullshit. Y'all go keep sleeping with these men. Y'all go keep producing these children, running to Uncle Sam, hoping that they provide a lifestyle for you and your children. If that shit was to disappear right now, a lot of women would be in trouble. They would not have any type of place to live because they are on public assistance for housing. They would not have a way to feed their children because they are on food stamps. They would damn sure wouldn't have medical or dental care. So if that system was not in place, how many single mothers would you think that would come out of these situations? Because they knew they would be sleeping with bums who would not be able to provide for them. Take away the enablement of the government and see a bunch of these people fall on their ass. I guarantee it. That's clip number 2. Now we go into clip number 3. Let me not even hold up and waste your damn time. Here we go.
Whatever a woman gonna allow me to do, I'm gonna do. Don't expect me to be irresponsible. Because if we both irresponsible, who's responsible?
Let me rewind this real quick. Hold on. Just for my sake. Hold on. Go.
woman gonna allow me to do, I'm gonna do. Don't expect me to be irresponsible.
Dumbass. Do you mean don't expect me to be responsible? You are irresponsible, dum-dum. Y'all just be saying I just hate that they just gave any nigga a fucking camera and y'all get on here and just say the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Don't expect me to be irresponsible. Dumbass, you been that. You was that after child number 1. Dumbass nigga. I fucking just can't stand when people get cameras and do dumb shit like this and be preaching to us like they dropping knowledge. Get the fuck out of here.
Because if we both irresponsible, who's responsible for carrying that motherfucking child for 9 months? It sure ain't no goddamn man. It sure ain't me. I don't got no remorse. I don't feel bad. That woman knew what she was doing when she laid down and slept with me. She knew the consequences.
Did you see this?
She knew the risk. And don't be trying to be like, oh, it's women with low self-esteem. It's women that's ghetto or ratchet, or it's hood women. My 7 baby mamas. And I don't even know why I claim them. Just because it became a conversation. But
can I just... It's something about one man having 7 baby mamas that just confuses the entire fuck out of me. Because it's not that these women, they have to know. This is when I start questioning the women and I start pointing fingers. Because it's already bad enough this dumbass don't care. It's already bad enough you're creating broken homes and these children are about to grow up with no type of proper guidance. So now you're creating these baby kids. Let me just finish let me finish.
Some of them rich, some of them poor, some of them classy, some of them ratchet. Some got regular ass jobs, some got great jobs. So it's a woman on all levels that'll fuck with a nigga like me.
Pause. Did you just hear what this man just said? Some of them rich, some of them poor, some of them classy, some of them ratchet. But it's a woman on all levels that's gonna fuck with a nigga like that. Understand? Are you listening? The most educated, from what y'all say, the most educated group in America is supposed to be the black woman. You're meaning to tell me there's some possible doctor, some possible nurse, some possible retail worker, some possible level management work. I don't know what these women's position are, but you're trying to tell me, as smart as y'all are, y'all falling for the okie doke. Help me understand, black women. Because see, I can't be accountable for this black man, but black women, you can be accountable for yourself and your body. I can't, because these type of men, I don't have in my circle. I would never support a man like this in my circle as a friend. And none of my friends carry themselves like this, by the way. You are who you surround yourselves with. My circle has never been like a nigga like that. Ever in my life. He can sit up and boast and say he don't care and all this thing like this, but when you get up in that older age, I guarantee that shit go hit you like a bag of bricks, bro. Men like this, these are the type of men, see, this is the shit that we don't talk about. These type of men that make a bad name, that really make it bad for the men like us, we avoid men like this. A lot of the other brothers, and I go speak on this shit, I'm gonna speak on this. We avoid men like this. At least I do. Because what the fuck would I look like hanging with a nigga like this? What would I look like? What type of upbringing would I be hanging with somebody like this? Let's finish though. We ain't done. Let's just go ahead and finish this bullshit off.
And don't even try to speak on morals and respect, because we don't have the same definition of morals and respect. Stop trying to tell people they gotta hold me accountable or people like me accountable.
But here's the thing with that though. Talking about something, hold you accountable. Yes, you should be held accountable for children that you create outside of wedlock. Yes, both of y'all should be. But see, we don't talk about this enough though. Y'all feel like, oh, well, she should have just aborted. She shouldn't have had the child. I agree with that. She shouldn't have had the child by your illegitimate ass. She shouldn't, and somebody shouldn't have had your ass neither, to be real. Because see, when we talk about who shouldn't have had what, let me see what, just in case, because I want to get back to the big screen so you can see me. I stopped this at 101. When somebody should be saying it, somebody should have wore a condom with your ass, to be real. Since we having this type of discussion, because see, parents like that create niggas like this. Y'all irresponsible, y'all put it off on society. Now we got to deal with it as the black community. We got to deal with your black ignorant ass, because now here you are, this woman over here pregnant, you over here making 6 more. We got to deal with your baby's mama's ass. Because now you got a child. You over here saying, well, all these niggas, all these black men know how to do is get us pregnant and run off. No, baby girl. No. Don't put that off on me, because I ain't like that. If it was to ever came a responsibility when I had to take care of mine, I'm gonna do that. But see, y'all ignore these red flags because he put the red flag in your face. He was in your face waving the shit like, I'm no good. I ain't shit. I'm letting you know I'm gonna leave you. I'm finna busting you and I'm finna leave you as a single mother. Hey, you see this red flag? You said, yeah, I see the red flag. What you did? Yeah, I see it. But I don't care. I just deal with it. And he's gonna love me. He's just gonna love me. He's just gonna change his mind. That's not how that shit works. He telling you he ain't shit off rip. At what point do you hold yourself responsible as a woman and say, what am I doing? But then as this man, because I can't tell this nigga how to be a man. I can't. I can only work in my own manhood. I can say a lot of things, but see, there's a difference between men and niggas. There is a huge difference. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't take offense to none of that shit. These street niggas and these niggas over here are completely separate from those of us over here that actually want to contribute and not contribute to the dysfunction over there. There's a complete difference. But see, we tend to ignore that for the sake of staying on code. Fuck a code. If it's creating shit like this, I don't want shit to be, I don't want to be a part of none of that code, to be real with you. I want no parts in that. This is when I start separating myself away from the community. Because y'all support this bullshit. Now, granted, a lot of the comments were saying, yeah, he right, but this is fucked up. I applaud the comments for getting on his ass. But see, this man does not care. He has made video after video saying, I don't care. He even made a video saying, I'm letting you know right now, after I fuck, I'm leaving. He's letting y'all know who he is. For the rest of this life, this man should not get another piece of raw pussy. He shouldn't. Unless you his wife. But then, see, this is the problem with, and I'm speaking to the females of this particular demographic. You bitches really ain't shit. If it hurts your feelings, you're probably the bitch I'm talking about. Because it makes no sense. Because that's the shit that y'all understand. Y'all don't understand somebody talking to you with some common sense. Y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't understand that basic bare bottom bullshit. Y'all understand the motherfucker knock you upside your head and calling you a bitch in the hole and talking to you crazy. So sometimes I gotta talk to you and say, bitch, you're dumb. If you lay with this nigga after this and you produce him an 8th child, you're dumb. And you don't deserve nothing good in your fucking life because you are asking for generational curses. If you are a brother having this man as your partner, as your friend, as your homie, you ain't shit neither because you hanging out with somebody who is very low vibrational and birds of a feather go always flock together. If you sitting up enabling this bullshit and not saying, bro, what are you doing? You're not a real friend. But let's just go. Y'all not gonna listen to me, so let's just go ahead and finish this out.
Whatever a woman gonna allow me to...
Let me see, we stopped at 101. Let me go back, hold on.
Levels that'll fuck with a nigga like me. And don't even try to speak on morals and respect because we don't have the same definition of morals and respect.
He's right.
Stop trying to tell people they gotta hold me accountable or people like me accountable. The only person that can hold me accountable is my motherfucking self. Stop expecting men or women to come talk to me. I'm a grown-ass man. I ain't gonna listen to shit you gotta say.
Grown-ass man is very questionable at this point, brother. Y'all be worrying the fuck out of me when y'all be like, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass woman. But none of your life choices reflect you actually being grown. That's the shit that gets me. Y'all love throwing that shit around. I'm a grown-ass man. But when you look into your background and look into who you are you really? Or are you just playing dress up? Nigga, you saying that shit like it's an affirmation, bitch. You ain't got to tell me not a motherfucking thing, because if you are a man, you exude that. You ain't got to tell me nothing, bro. But you're not that. But they go sit up and they go support you over in the deep red pill type of content. They go say, oh, well, yeah, the woman is responsible. Yeah, they should know better. But well, when we go hold everybody accountable, I understand that the women is responsible to a certain extent. But this nigga is too. That's why I'm happy right here in the gray holding everybody responsible. I'm going to be right here in the middle on you niggas. I'm not teeter-tottering on each side. I'm right here holding everybody accountable. Nigga, you irresponsible and so is she. Both of y'all ain't shit. I want all y'all to be just extradited to a fucking island. Y'all can go fuck all you want to and make all the babies you want to up over there. Leave the rest of us alone. Let me finish out the last of this right here. This is only clip number 3.
And trust me, y'all think women gonna hear me talk and then stay away from me. They still gonna get this 8.5, trust me. So I do not feel motherfucking bad. I'm the most honest individual you'll fucking meet. I do not have to manipulate no woman for no pussy, trust me.
I believe that. I believe that last part that he said. He ain't got to manipulate nobody. That part I agree with. Again, this is why I said I'm talking to a specific demographic of women that sleep with men like this. Just like I'm talking to the specific demographic of men that fuck with women like that, that's willing to just let you do anything. Because if there's not a system of checks and balances, we're all fucked. You want to know why? Because they do not separate. This is one thing I've noticed about the black community when it comes to society, right? And let me just get on main camera for this. There's a thing that I noticed within the black community. They do not know how to separate individuals in the black community. We cannot separate ourselves from these niggas. Why? Because society is gonna say all black men like this. All black men ain't shit. They go say all black women hoes, all black women get bust up in raw. It's a lose-lose. We don't get to win in this because the women who are responsible, they can't speak up because they be like, you a pick me, sis. Stop being a pick me. They be dogging the women out. The women be on the women that be trying to hold women accountable. And then the men, they be calling us an Uncle Tom. Oh, nigga, you over here dick watching. Oh, nigga, you over here. So they try to shame you. They go shame you into trying to do the right fucking thing. Bitch, I was raised by a decent household to where I didn't come up with these type of dysfunctional relationships. My people, and I've told this story to my people before. My two people, my mother, my father was a teenage situation. They made sure they drilled it in me. Do not make this mistake. When I tell you, when I first started producing, when them nuts started producing, they was on me like a hawk. Come home from school. Nope, we coming to pick you up. Nope, after school activities. They had me so hemmed up, I ain't have time enough to fuck. By the time I was in control of my own body, I said, I don't want none of that. I'm trying to live my 20s child free. I'm trying to be cool. I ain't trying to be involved in all of that. I saw what my parents had to go through. They made sure my parents and my village, which is my family, they made sure I didn't have to endure that bullshit. Now I say that to other men and women, do not put yourself in a predicament that you are not financially responsible for and you cannot deal with on your own, because there's no guarantee about a mother or a father staying with you if they're not married. Even if they are married, there's no fucking guarantee in that. Right? But that's me. Let me read these last comments before I go to the last one. Hold on. You say people need to stop thinking they're different from the next and thinking they won't be treated how they're treated others in the past. When people show you who they are, believe them. Big facts. I love that. I love that. You said, but where's the lie at though? That part, exactly. Conversation. I'm scared of how many more men think like this. But see, what is it, Tasmanian Barb? This isn't the only person that thinks like this. It's not just men. Women think like this too. That's the thing. Women think like this too. Now, I'm thinking of it on the man aspect of it. Let's be responsible as men. But think about your sisters who aren't responsible just like this man. There's a woman outside that's very compatible with a man like this. Why? Because there's 7 of them that had his children. Imagine what they thought in their minds. Well, I just get an abortion. I'm just being just sexually irresponsible, thinking I just take care of it later on. But then change their mind and say, no, I want it. He'll change his mind. Now you created a household knowing that this man don't want to deal with this woman. But let's look at this last video and then we go be done with this. Let me just go to this last one, guys.
Vasectomy. That's some foolish people talking about like, why you don't use protection? I do use protection. But check that out. Extra large, man. Stop playing with me. Really pressure out here. Y'all really need to get behind this though. E-condoms, straight out of Atlanta, Georgia. Black owned. The type of condoms that don't irritate a woman's vagina. How y'all be lying? I can't do latex. The thing, one of my baby mamas DM'd me. Recorded it, but I ain't gonna put it on Instagram. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube. The link in my bio. The vasectomy.
And then, you know what? Do you know the fuck what? You the perfect person to be advertising for condoms. This couldn't have been a better, let me get to the main camera. This couldn't have been a better fucking advertisement for a condom ad. If you, when I tell you, I love how this just wrapped it all together in a pretty latex-free box of condoms. You couldn't have advertised this shit any better for me, brother. Starting with your own people. They really should have wore one with your ass. Because the shit that irritates me, y'all make a viral moment out of anything. Out of this dysfunction, and the world go eat it up. Saying, see, look at that. Them niggas, they real irresponsible. They see what they do? They advertise making black women single mothers. And what they do, they dog out the black man, saying, see, they all like that. No, the fuck we not. Just like I know all the black women not like that, and some of them actually respect their bodies, just like a lot of us men actually respect our bodies. We not just being a bust down for everybody. But see, what the main conversation is always gonna be, them niggas irresponsible. When they say them niggas, they meaning all of us, unfortunately. We can't separate ourselves from them even if we wanted to. You would have to literally move out of this country. And even then, the message spread so fast via social media, we can't even go out of the country and just be our own entity as a black person. As a black person, we still carry this stigma because these niggas speak so loudly and so wrongly that it's gonna follow us no matter where we go. We're fucked. Either way we go. Tell me I'm lying. I'm gonna read the comments. Tell me I'm lying. You say upselling. You should have upsold it faster. But it should have upsold it years ago. Because brother, and that's not me even trying to assault the brother. Some people I just wish weren't even here because of the way that they carry themselves and drag this community down. I just want to know your comments. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your comments and your thoughts down in the comments. When I post this video, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? I agree with him on certain points. Women, be responsible. Let this man be your lessons. Take it from a man like me. And please, I'm begging you, I'm really begging you, from a man who's sexually responsible with his body, I am begging you, please, do not be a statistic behind a man like this. Men, use this as a lesson. Do not become a man like this. Contribute to this community in a more helpful and a more strategic way to help cure these generational curses. Because we're not gonna be free of this shit until we start shunning both of these men and women out of the community. The more y'all sit and applaud this shit saying, yeah, he right, but not checking the shit, by not shaming these men and women back into hell where they belong. Because I'm not finna associate, I'm not even breaking bread with a nigga like this. You can't even have a conversation with me. We don't even breathe the same air. We don't even make the same common sense. That's why I made this thumbnail with all them Cabbage Patch Kids. That's what it's gonna be with him. It's gonna be 7 different kids that's gonna eventually see that video sometime in some point in their life. They gonna say, my dad was a fuck ass nigga, so I am too. This isn't just about you once you start bringing children into this world. Children are now affected from this shit. Do what you may with that. I appreciate you guys joining me for another episode of Culture Shock. That's what this is, because goddamn it done shocked my ass. Let me see, you say he has some points. The man ain't the only one who feel like this, just bold enough to say it. No, that's facts, Stiff. No, I'm not. Again, like I said, he has some good points. He does, because when it really comes down to the ultimate decision, it is the woman's decision. So actually, let me pose this question to you before we go. If a man tells you off rip, and let's just take the whole condom talk out of it, right? If a man tells you off rip, I'm not supporting you in having this child, I don't want this child, who does the responsibility then lie on? I present that to you. Yes, he still holds a responsibility DNA-wise. He should be there for his kid. Yes, we've had that discussion I don't know how many times. But at this point, I'm going to ask the woman now, the person who has the main final decision in bringing in life to this world. What you go do? You go bring this child into this world knowing that he ain't gonna have no father? Where are we at right now in this culture with this? A broken clock is right twice a day. I agree with that, Jace. At this point, what we doing in this community? Who's responsible at this point? Because see, y'all like, and I'm speaking to these particular women. Notice I'm not speaking to all women. It's sad I even have to say this, but they go take that shit and they go be like, see, he dogging out all women. No. I'm talking to the baby mamas who dumb as fuck. At what point are y'all gonna realize that all that rhetoric y'all been talking about, we gave you life, we bring life into this world, is coming back to now bite you in the ass? Because see, all that talk about, see, we get the decision, we make the decision, my body, my choice. See, that shit is now starting to come to surface now. See, that shit right there, that whole decision making of nobody tells me what to do with my body. It's my final choice. If I want to have a child, I can. That's when I think a lot of the responsibility starts getting taken away from the men because they don't have a say so in that. That part I agree with him. He said, I can't make a woman go have an abortion, right? I agree with that. A man has no say so in that. A man can sit up and beg and plead to a woman. If she got her mind made up, I don't want this child, guess what? Boom. You have no rights to that. But if a man beg and plead and says, I don't want this, this is going to put me in a very difficult financial situation. You're dumb as fuck, first of all, for not using the condom. Don't think I ever escape the accountability of men. I don't, because that would be me shunning my own damn self. I'm responsible. But then once you hand that over and say, okay, the life bearer, now the woman who has the children, that's her decision. He's begging and pleading with you saying, hey, I'm not ready for a child. I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna leave you. I'm not paying you shit. I'm gonna escape this. I'm leaving the country. Fuck you. Fuck your kids. What you gonna do? You still gonna have it? I'll wait. Because if you still go have it, guess what? I guarantee you, if they updated these laws, whenever the law, and let me warn you, women, whenever the law finally catches up, to where when these men finally sign over rights and they have no say-so and they have no financial responsibility, to where you can't even get child support off the system because the men are not being responsible for those kids, you, my dear, are fucked. In more ways than one, double entendre. You need to think about that, because when these laws really start catching up, it's a done data. It's a finale on your ass. That's all I got for you. You said I finished the date and introduced him to Blackiana. Why would you even want to create a life with someone who clearly doesn't want you or the life that you created? These are the facts of life. I 100% agree with that. You say he's a predator. Is he though? Let's challenge that. Is he though? He's telling you off rip. He's telling you off rip. I'm letting you know what I'm gonna do. What you gonna do? But you still sleeping with that predator, right? See, this is where the conversation falls flat. Yes, he's a predator. Remember, I waved earlier. You may not have been in here, Natural Honey, when I say he's waving red flags saying, I'm no good. Think about Future. I'm not shit. Think about NBA Youngboy. I have 50 million 11 kids. Think about all these other prominent men that Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon got the financial responsibility at least, but still, it's irresponsible for all these children, for all these different homes. These men have waved red flags in your faces this whole time. You know the track record of these men. How many of those men still went on to reproduce more children after that? Is he now a predator, or is he now being enabled by women who allowed him to do that without recourse? Where we going? Because I can do this all day with the gymnastics. I can do this. I've seen too many people fall short when it comes to that. So what we doing? See, when it really comes to that, when they really let you, when they say, when people show you who they are, believe them. We gonna forget that? They showing you who they are. Are you responsible at any point of that? Or are we just gonna push it off on the men? See, again, I'm fair. I'm judging both sides. I'm right here in the middle in that gray area. That's all I'm saying. Let's be fair in that discussion. He said, I don't believe he tell them any of that. But Miss Styles, who are we to know that? I'm pretty sure he probably told some of them that he didn't want the children. I'm pretty sure. Now, whether he told all or not, I don't know. We aren't there for that discussion. Thank God I don't want to be in that bedroom with that bullshit going on. But who's to say that he's not? Let's challenge that. What if he did say all of that to these women? Is the responsibility still his or theirs? I'll leave you with that down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. I appreciate you guys pulling up. I love these discussions. I love going deep into these discussions because it's more than what's being presented. Let me get your bitch ass up off the screen, bro. This is some Atlanta shit for sure. You guys, this has been another episode of Culture Shock. I appreciate you pulling up, and I'll catch you guys next time, all right? Later, guys.